In a small town, where the night lights shone like fallen stars, there was an old theater, the Theater of Hope. This place was the beating heart of the town, where music and dance intertwined, creating a spectacle that captivated everyone. Inside this theater, two young people stood out, Lucy, a promising ballerina, and Theo, a talented musician. Lucy was known for her grace and beauty. Her feet glided across the stage as if bringing the music to life. She dreamed of dancing on grand stages, but her ambitions were often overshadowed by a dark secret. Since childhood, Lucy had struggled with insecurity and the pressure to be perfect. Her past haunted her, and she feared that if she revealed her weaknesses, she would lose everything she had worked for. Theo, on the other hand, was a young man full of passion and dreams. He played his guitar with such love that the notes seemed to tell stories. However, behind his charming smile lay a deep sadness. Theo carried a secret that prevented him from fully opening up. Years ago, he had lost a brother in a tragic accident, and that loss still haunted him. The weight of guilt and sorrow kept him from surrendering to love. The paths of the two crossed during rehearsals for the Theater of Hope's performance. Theo was invited to compose the soundtrack for Lucy's dance performance. As soon as they met, an instant connection blossomed between them. The chemistry was undeniable, and they began to spend more time together, rehearsing and sharing dreams. Their romance bloomed like a flower in a sunlit field, but even so, shadows lingered around them. As rehearsals progressed, Lucy and Theo's feelings intensified. They became inseparable, but the shadow of secrets still surrounded them. Lucy often wondered if she should tell Theo about her insecurities, but the fear of losing his love was greater. Theo, in turn, struggled against the desire to open up about the pain he carried. He feared that by sharing his secret, he might drive Lucy away, the only one who truly understood him. One night, while walking through the moonlit city, Theo looked into Lucy's eyes and said, "You are special to me. I feel like I can be myself when I'm with you." His words touched Lucy's heart, but she hesitated. How could she tell him that? Inside, she felt so broken. All she knew was that she didn't want to lose that magical moment. The performance drew near, and anxiety began to take hold of Lucy. During rehearsals, she started to falter in her choreography, which left her even more distressed. Theo noticed the change and tried to comfort her, but Lucy closed herself off in her cocoon of insecurities. She believed that if she failed, Theo would leave her. On the other hand, Theo also felt lost. The pain of his past followed him like a shadow, and he didn't want Lucy to see that part of him. On the day of the performance, the Theater of Hope was packed. The lights shone brightly, and Theo's music filled the air, creating a magical atmosphere. Lucy was nervous, but when she looked at Theo, she found a bit of courage. They exchanged smiles, and for a moment, the world around them disappeared. The music began, and Lucy let herself be carried away by the dance, forgetting her fears. Every movement was a form of liberation, and she danced as if telling her story. However, during the performance, something unexpected happened. Lucy, in a moment of distraction, stumbled and fell. Silence enveloped the theater, and everyone held their breath. Theo's heart raced, and he rushed to her side. "Lucy, are you okay?" he asked, worried. She looked at him, tears in her eyes, and the words she feared saying finally escaped her lips. "I'm not perfect, Theo. I'm afraid of not being good enough." Theo helped her up, and in a gesture of tenderness, he held her face in his hands. "You don't have to be perfect, Lucy. I love you just the way you are." That declaration touched Lucy's heart, but there was still something she needed to say. "And I have a secret. I'm afraid of failing, of disappointing you." As the two stood there, amidst the silence of the theater, Theo took a deep breath and decided it was time to open up as well. "I have a secret too, Lucy. I lost my brother, and I feel that if I hadn't been so selfish, he would still be here." His words were like a lightning bolt illuminating the darkness that surrounded them. They both realized that even with their secrets, they were stronger together. The audience, who had been silent, began to applaud, and the magic of the moment enveloped them. Lucy and Theo embraced, and in that embrace, they found the courage to face their fears. They were not perfect, but they were willing to support each other, whether in good times or bad. The performance ended in a burst of applause, but for Lucy and Theo, the real spectacle had been the revelation of their secrets. They learned that true love does not require perfection, but rather vulnerability and acceptance. With a new understanding, they left the theater together, ready to face the future, not as two lonely individuals but as a couple united by their secrets and shared hopes. And so, beneath the bright lights of the city, Lucy and Theo walked side by side, knowing that their love was stronger than any shadow the past could cast. It was a love built on truth, and that was what truly mattered. If you enjoyed the story, please like and subscribe.